strike in Syria, saying that they pose no imminent threat to America and this is taking us off course. How do you feel?
You know, I have mixed feelings about the strike in Syria. Of course, I never want to see harm to any civilians, especially by way of chemical attacks, which is atrocious. But why does America have to be the one to launch the strikes? I think President Trump should have gotten together with the UN first and made it a coalition strike. I also think he should have gone to Congress and got members of Congress on board as well. You know, Laura Ingraham has made a really good point. This is not what he campaigned on. Donald Trump campaigned on how disastrous the Iraq war was and how we wasted trillions of dollars that could have gone towards, you know, infrastructure in our country. And now he's basically, with this strike, I don't believe it's going to be a one-off, because if Bashar al-Assad continues to use chemical weapons, then what are we going to do? Ignore it? We're going to look foolish. We're going to look weak. And so I think we're going to have to this could be mission creep. And that's my biggest concern here. And I'm not saying we shouldn't do anything, but why couldn't he get the you know, the UK, the European Union involved, and our NATO allies, and collectively do something? I just think this is escalating tensions when we already have enough very serious tensions with North Korea right now.
Here's one of the problems, unfortunately, with that, though. I don't know that anyone is going to step into that void. Now, the big question, and that's what the challenge is for us, Ryan, you know, Adriana talked about the needs here. We spent $100 million with those Tomahawk missiles. We'll have to replace them.
Right.
But if we don't do this kind of stuff, ultimately, the world could go into some form of a free fall. At least that's the thinking, and particularly when the images of those kids and the results of a chemical attack. Where do you stand?
I think that this was a mistake. Absolutely. I mean, if you want to show pictures of dead children, let's show Raymond Wood, the 17-year-old who was gutted by MS-13 in Virginia. Let's talk about the fact that we're still taking in 100 Syrian refugees every week, or the fact that we put in 50,000 DACA recipients since President Trump became president. With the exception of Jeff Sessions and Wilbur Ross, I don't know why his administration doesn't believe what he believes. And Nikki Haley has a completely different president. She seems like she's serving at times. And I think that why spend the political capital? We can't get a wall built. I mean, Republicans are trying to kill the wall. Will Hurd and another congressman from Arizona are trying to kill the wall. Martha McSally, trying to kill the wall. We can't get that built. We can't get health care passed. Well, we're going to spend whatever little political capital Trump has on a war that has nothing to do with us. And if we're going to get rid of Assad, who are we going to replace him with? ISIS, al-Nusra, al-Qaeda? There is no replacement. We're going to see the genocide of Syrian Christians if we sit there and throw out Assad. And I think that this civil war has gone on longer because it's become a proxy war with Iran, the United States, Russia. Had these nations stuck out of it, and Assad was starting to do some democratic changes, had we stayed out of it, I think the civil war would already be over by now. And I think that getting further prolonged in this engagement is going to completely wreck his entire America First agenda. This is the one chance we have. If Republicans lose the House or the Senate, it's over until re-election. Maybe they can win more of those seats.
Although it did register 57%, I think, approval rating of CBS in a CBS poll. You know, maybe President Trump coupled that with Gorsuch, and he's got some political wins from last week. But to the point both of you guys have made, it's walking a very fine line with people who put their heart and souls into his campaign and now his presidency. All right, guys, thank you both very much. North Korean tensions in the meantime, they're